Hey guys, welcome back to Purple Monday. I'm Jasmine.
I'm Charles.
And today is a Blue Monday in Baltimore.
Blue Monday.
Yes, so we are still recovering from the loss to the Chiefs around town. And there's been some hot topics going around town today.
Yes, it has.
Okay, I'm going to start off with the breaking news that came out this afternoon after John Harbaugh's press conference. And unfortunately, Madubuike will be out for the season. John finally was able to tell us that. He did not go into detail about the injury, and he said that would be up to Madubuike to inform us all. So hopefully we will know more soon, but until then, prayers going out to Madubuike that he will be okay and that he can recover from whatever this injury is. And also Broderick Washington, he is still on IR and he will be on there for the 4 weeks. We also heard that Roquan and Humphrey should be out for several weeks. So I mean, I guess we can assume that that would take us to the bye, probably.
Maybe the game after the bye.
Yeah, so maybe the game after the bye, they could possibly return. And unfortunately, no word yet on our franchise quarterback. We're all waiting to hear about Lamar and the nature of his injury, how severe it is, and if they expect him to be out. But John really didn't elaborate on that. I'm hoping that we'll have more information tomorrow, and also Wiggins. We're still waiting to hear on him.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, this injury bug has really been nasty to us thus far this season.
Yes.
We're only at the end of week 4.
Yep. But no excuses.
Yeah, guys.
You got to play the game.
So I don't know if you really had a chance to listen to radio today.
I was in the blue funk today, and I didn't want to hear none of the radio today.
Okay, so no radio, no social media for you?
No.
Well, let me bring you up to speed with what the flock was talking about today, okay?
I know the flock was talking.
Yes, it was. So, number one, Harbaugh has lost the locker room. That's what the rumor is. That he has lost the locker room. What do you think about that?
No, I don't think he lost the locker room.
Yeah, and none of us are in the locker room, so how would we know? We can only speculate based on how players have been acting, and I was hoping we would learn something from the podcast that came out tonight, but Humphrey released a podcast tonight, but he didn't really say anything.
I think it's really hard for that. There's time where coaches can lose the locker room, but Harbaugh being a player's coach, it's a little hard for him to lose the locker room by being a player's coach. He's always protecting his players. He's always backing them up. So he's that kind of coach that you will go to war for. But it seems like the pieces are not working.
Well, all we can do as fans is just speculate because we really don't know.
Right. True.
And so, yeah. So that was the thing. And of course, coaching in general, they want everyone fired.
Everybody fired.
Yeah, Harbaugh. It was even some Monktons in there today. They want him out of there. And of course, Zach Orr.
Yeah.
But it seems like people seem to think that if things don't turn around, that we could possibly lose Orr by the bye week, that they could make a move by then. But it's really up to Steve. And everybody, the one thing is like I hear everyone say is, I don't think Steve is going to do this, or Steve's not going to do this, Steve's not going to that. Do any of us personally know Steve?
No, they don't.
Know what he's going to do. I mean, I've been on an elevator with him once, and he seems like a really nice guy, and I was just like, and he was just yapping and talking away, and ladies, this and that. Now, mind you, I had on a low-cut shirt and pushed up the hair, so it was real nice. But none of us really know what's going on or what plans they're making behind the scene. We can just only, base it on his actions. And the only time that I knew that he was on the chopping block is when Joe got hurt and Lamar came in.
Right.
So, who knows?
But was he on the chopping block?
You're right, because that was speculation as
that
well.
was speculation. That was word on the street.
So,
and you know how that word on the street goes.
Yeah, the other one, this one I find quite disturbing because it's two different parts of this. So I keep hearing a lot of people say, and when I say I keep hearing a lot of people, I'm basing this on comments that I'm reading online, and I'm also Twitter and people calling into the radio program and just venting. But they seem to think that Lamar has checked out and he's ready to move on from Baltimore. And then the other part of that is that he's possibly faking this injury, which I find that hard to believe. I don't see him as a quitter like that.
No, and the injury, I don't think he's faking it. Everybody who ever played a sport, if you tweak a muscle, you can feel it. And it's probably something where, okay, I feel something different in my leg, and let's err on the side of caution. This game is already out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's not take me out the game. Let's get it looked at. Let's get it rubbed down. Let's do some work on it and see how it works out from there. You don't want to injure something that might be a week out or maybe a week, 2 weeks out. You don't want to injure something that you out for the rest of the season.
Well, let me ask you this. So after the Bills, he took some hard hits in that Bills game. And remember the following week, we kept saying he didn't look like himself.
Correct.
Do you think that he actually got hurt in that game? And
I'm still saying he did get hurt because in that Browns game, he did not run.
Right.
He did not run as he usually runs.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was a little gimpy.
Yeah.
But you never know.
That's what I'm wondering, because I'm like, well, maybe this has been something that he's been dealing with for several weeks now, and we just didn't know.
That Lion game, him not running the way he usually run, and then
getting sacked 7 times.
Yeah, and he made they had a spy out there. When have a spy ever stopped him from running?
So I didn't realize this, but if you add it up, he's been sacked 15 times
in 4 weeks.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
It is. So what do you think about the rumors that he wants out of Baltimore?
I think they are just that. I think they're just rumors.
You don't think he wants to go?
No.
That he doesn't feel like he's wasting his time
here?
You
got to understand this. Okay, when he was drafted, they went by him a few rounds, and Baltimore came back in and picked him up. Okay, when his contract was up, they told him to go out there and shop around, and nobody had interest in him. So where is he going to go?
You don't think somebody would trade for him now?
They might, but if I'm Lamar and I got passed over, not only being drafted but being a free agent, being passed over and nobody wanted me, I'm like, I got to stick with the team that wanted me and paid me this money.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Well, of course, he wants a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what if it really let's say, for the sake of argument, that the rumors are true and he's not happy with the coaching and he's not happy with the play calling, so he wants out of here.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think then Steve would take that in consideration? And if that's the issue, let Harbaugh go for his franchise quarterback?
But Harbaugh's not calling all the plays. You got the offensive coordinator calling the plays.
Yeah.
So you letting Harbaugh go and keep him monkey?
What I'm saying, what if he's not happy with Harbaugh?
If you're not happy, if the franchise quarterback is not happy with his head coach, it's sad to say the head coach got to go. And that happened in a whole lot of different cases.
Yeah.
Not only in football, every sport.
Okay. Well, and Lamar doesn't strike me as the type of person that wouldn't be vocal. I think that he would advocate, especially with how he was with his contract.
Right, true.
So I could see him being the type of person that would advocate for himself. So it'll be interesting to see over the next few weeks what happens, if anything, if there'll be any changes taking place. So I just hope. I mean, I would hate to see him go as a fan, but if he did, I could understand why. I mean, at the end of the day, he's got to look out for Lamar.
Yeah,
and
he got to look out for Lamar, but Lamar.
And right now, we're not protecting him.
Lamar's been in a situation where he had a good defense and had an okay line that pushed us to a good record, and we was in the playoffs. And what happened?
Yeah.
Fumbles, interceptions, bad plays, and like I said before, the players got to produce, and Lamar hasn't produced. So if he hasn't produced here, and he wants to go somewhere else, who you think gonna pick him up and they know he hasn't produced? He produced during the season, yes.
Okay.
But in the playoffs where it counts.
You're starting to sound like his critics just a little bit. So, so answer me this. Do you think he's a choker?
No, I don't think he's a choker. I do not believe he's a choker. I believe that in certain situations, he just don't get the job done. And it's a different from choking than not being able to get the job done. And it could be you. It could be somebody dropping the ball.
Okay. Well, along the lines of coaching, this is the other thing that I heard several people mention when they called in to the fan today. They didn't feel like we're using Derrick Henry. And especially in short yardage situations, like when it was 3rd and 1, fourth and 1.
Derrick Henry has been stopped on little 1-yard runs. How many times you gonna give it to him? And you got to try something different. Everybody knows he's gonna get the ball.
Why not use Lamar then?
Well, you got to keep Derrick Henry on the field, just so you keep them honest.
Yeah, but on those plays this past game, he was on the sideline.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. He needs to be on the field. If you want to switch something up, keep him on the field. As far as them thinking that, okay, he might get this ball, so we got to crowd the middle. And just have Lamar run on the outside. Get the first down.
Well,
keep the chains moving.
Are you one of the people who believe that Mitchell should be activated?
I like Mitchell. I think he got some speed. He got good hands. But I want to see Derrick Henry in there.
Okay. So you wouldn't take Allie out in place of Mitchell? Because they keep saying it's because of the roster. It's only 53.
Well, you got to understand this. When you only got 53, some people play two positions.
Yes,
they play on the special team, and they play on offense.
I get it.
So if you got one man that can cover 2 spots, then you got to take that man.
Okay. That's your opinion. That's fair enough. Okay. Now, here's the thing. And I need you an honest answer. It's going to take you a while. Okay. Are we cooked?
I think we're simmering. We're simmering. We're not cooked, but we're simmering.
Okay.
The fire's being turned up a little bit.
Okay. Do we win Sunday without Lamar Jackson?
Oh. See, that's the problem. You saying about Lamar Jackson, we out Lamar Jackson and defense. So,
in the current state, with all the injuries that we have,
we out one offensive lineman.
It's bad, y'all.
It's sad. And what can you say? You just go out there and put a team on the field and see what happens. That's just like shooting crap.
So it's not like, okay.
So to answer that question, without Lamar, it's a slim to none chance. Slim's on vacation, and none might be out of town. Okay,
so it's possible that going into the bye they're 1-6.
Oh yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, and I hate to say it. I mean, that's why
if you go to buy 1-6, then you cool.
You don't think they could?
You might be that. You might know how when you grew up and somebody turned the toaster oven up too high. And you got the toaster that got burnt, and sometimes you want to scrape that flag off. This is kind of when you scrape the black off the toast.
Okay. Okay, so
still
here's
ain't
the
good.
thing. Here's the thing. If we go into the bye 1-6, okay, we come out from the bye, okay.
You ain't running the table, but go ahead.
So you saying if we make it to the playoffs, we're gonna make it to the wild card.
You mean that restaurant I was talking about earlier?
We're gonna make it to the wild card, y'all.
Wild card restaurant?
Jeez Louise.
Ugh.
The tables have turned.
You know what? You still can win. You still can win. You still make it to the wild card with a bad record. That's if your division is bad. Because there's been some times when some teams made what they were when it was yeah.
Well, yeah, there's been some times where I can recall that the division stuck it up so bad that
you still made it there.
Yeah,
but
so right now,
the PS like they trying to handle business, trying to make it out of reach.
Yeah, right now we're in third place and Steelers third because the Browns. Of course, we beat them once, so we got the tiebreaker right now. Bengals are still playing tonight, so
yeah. And Pittsburgh's they're on top,
right?
Pittsburgh's been on top for the last couple of years, during the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. But then when they hit that little rocky point, then they'll come.
That darn Tomlin keeps finding ways to
win. That Tomlin, he could do.
He can with a mediocre team and still find ways to win.
He can make poop.
Imagine what he could do here. Imagine what he could do here if he had this.
Can we switch coaches? Can we trade?
We've been saying that for years that we would take Tomlin over Harbaugh.
When I seen Tomlin and Hard Knocks,
I know
that guy right there. He made me want to be young again.
If y'all seen last season's Hard Knocks when they did the AFC North, comment below. That was really good. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Because what I did like about that is I gained a lot of respect for the other teams within our division. Because if you see how dedicated they are. Well, I don't like the Steelers, but it's a respect there.
Well, I respect the coach. Some of the players that came to that team.
Yeah, they were
now,
terrible.
When I was growing up, yeah, everybody liked the Steelers.
If I ever see Hines Ward, I'm going to smack him in his face.
When I was a little tight, the Steelers had that steel curtain. And everybody loved the Steelers. Franco Harris out there, yeah.
Oh, man. But Palomalu, you can't not like Palomalu.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't hate him.
Yeah, he's so good.
Go ahead, the guy with long hair.
Yeah, I like Palomalu.
Head and shoulders. I use head and shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm like Palomalu.
But anyway, we're going off in a whole other direction. But yeah, y'all, it's not looking good. It's not a good feeling right now. And I mean, we'll be here. We're going to watch each week and stay with the team, but yeah.
You see that right there? It says
that you are a diehard Ravens fan.
There you go.
But I don't think this is going to be it. I heard a few people just was like, okay, this season's a wash. Let's just at this point, let's just
enjoy football. We're just going to enjoy
Either
football.
They want to cheer for another team or they're just like, okay, just lose the rest of your games so we can get draft picks next year. And I'm no.
That never works.
Yeah.
So you still shooting crap on that.
It's a very sad day in Baltimore, and it was not what us as the fans expected this year. We were all very excited and hopeful going into the season.
Can't wait to football season coming.
And who knows what could happen. I mean, stranger things have happened, and maybe they will get it turned around after the bye and come back and make it to the wild card and do some damage in the wild card. I have no idea, but I just know, like, right now, it's not looking too good.
They got to win the next 2 games in order to come back after the bye and have a chance.
I don't see how that would be possible with the current state.
Yeah.
We just have too many injuries. So, so that's it for tonight, guys. I want to thank everyone for watching. Welcome to all our new subscribers. We hope you stick around. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.